The long-awaited train to Busan 2 is finally here. When the zombie virus spread from the train to the entire Korean peninsula, this journey of knowing that there is a cauldron in the mountain, I prefer to go to Busan, can still work. Today, Jackie will take you to see that. In Seoul, after the fall of Busan, the unknown virus spread to the entire Korean peninsula. The Marine Captain Young-sok was carrying his sister and her family to the Incheon Pier where the last refuge ship bound for Hong Kong was parked. The tickets were limited, not everyone could get it. So when the injured couple on the roadside pleaded with Young-sok to take their children away, the man refused to help cruelly. The virus was rampant and he didn't dare to risk it. Unfortunately, despite the military's caution, the passengers were still mixed with the zombies. The corpses in the cabin were all over the place. Young-sok's sister and nephew were not spared. Seeing their deaths by their eyes, Young-sok and brother-in-law Chol-min were helpless. The two men blamed themselves and fled to Hong Kong. Until one day, the two were found by the underworld and went to Incheon, South Korea, to find a truck with a license plate number of 1024 that contains $20 million. You get the truck, come back with the money, that's $2.5 million per head. Chol Min and Yoon Sok were moved. They boarded the ship bound for South Korea. After 4 years, they re-entered the peninsula. They didn't have time to reminisce anything and left immediately for Incheon. In a deserted city, it wasn't difficult to find the truck. But it was hard to avoid the zombies. After all, they were extremely sensitive to sound. The original driver of the truck was bitten by a zombie which had caused the operation to fail. After finding the target car, Chol Min was about to remove the body. At this moment, the driver rolled his eyes and came back to life. Chol Min pressed down the horn in a panic. The horn sound resounded over the city, as if announcing to the zombies that the cafeteria was ready for dinner. After using guns to get rid of the zombies, they were a little bit overwhelmed. It was easy to get money. You're a millionaire. However, as soon as the voice fell, a flash bomb suddenly started to hit them. Before the man could react, thousands of zombies came from all directions. One was bitten, another died tragically. Chol Min escaped hiding in a car, and Young Sok, who had run out of bullets, was struggling. When he was about to be killed, a car came. Regardless of her young age, Jun's car skills were quite significant. There were thousands of highways in Incheon, and people called her Racing Queen. She pulled on the gas pedal and started the engine. Passing the zombies was as easy as walking a dog. While finding a way out, they got stuck in the tunnel. She told her sister Yoo Jin to use the remote control car to lead the zombies out. After the zombies were attracted to leave, a group of fierce men appeared. They were the infamous Unit 631. After the outbreak of zombies, they did not escape from the peninsula. They simply took over the control and looted supplies everywhere. The flash bomb just then was from their plan. The purpose was to let zombies kill others while they reaped from their possessions. The leading man was Sergeant First Class Wang. He was crueler than any evil. The man begged for his life, but Wang smiled and picked up the iron rod. At the same time, Young Sok in the refuge was taken aback. He never thought that the family standing in front of him was the family who asked for help 4 years ago. Mother Min Young, 2 daughters, and elder Kim. They had been living in the peninsula for 4 years, and were forced to practice survival skills. Even the unconscious elder Kim could use the radio to send signals to the outside world. After listening to Young Sok explaining the situation, Min Young grasped the point. As long as they grabbed the truck and the satellite phone, they could leave the peninsula by boat. But the problem was that the car was taken back to the guarded camp of Wang. It was not easy to take it back. Obviously, when Unit 631 saw Chol Min, who was thin and weak in the carriage, they stripped off the man's clothes, saying with a smirk, "We have a good show tonight." Until he was thrown into the Colosseum and saw dozens of zombies coming with claws, Chol Min finally understood that the so-called good show was to fight with the zombies in the Colosseum. At the same time, Private Kim, who was in charge of inventorying the goods, found the US dollar and the satellite phone, immediately reported the situation to Captain Seo. Coincidentally, Seo was accidentally connected to the phone and learned that no matter who it was, they just need to send the money to the port. They can get half of the money and escape by boat. This news was like a life-saving straw for Captain Seo. He had long been fed up with this life here in the peninsula. Therefore, Captain Seo thought for a moment and discussed the plan with Private Kim. With sufficient supplies, he ordered the whole camp to revel in the night. To Sergeant Wang, he tried to deceive him. But Wang was not a fool. With a glance, he noticed something was wrong. Captain Seo had always acted so cheap, suddenly became so generous. There must be a trap. At this moment, Private Kim came. In order to prevent the plan from being exposed, Captain Seo could only bite the bullet and said, "To tell you the truth, Private Kim often visits my quarters quite frequently. We are a thing, so, you know. At the same time, Young-sok and Min-young sneaked into the camp and quickly found the truck. She grabbed Private Kim's gun and reached for his forehead. Private Kim had to say. Chol Min was locked in the Coliseum, and the satellite phone was in Captain Seo's hands. Hearing this, Young-sok rushed to the scene to save Chol Min. He used smoke bombs and flare bombs as a cover, then fled with Chol Min. Didn't wait for the zombies, Wong made a move himself. A gunshot broke, Chol Min was dead. Young-sok was shocked and didn't notice that Wong's muzzle was aimed at him. At this moment, Min-young appeared on time. She had just solved Captain Seo and regained the satellite phone. June also came to support. With excellent car skills, she led away from the monsters. With the chasing of Wong, they performed Fast and Furious 2020. Finally getting escaped, Young-sok phoned the gang for a response. But an accident happened just before they arrived at the port. Getting out of the car was no other than Captain Seo, who was full of desire to survive. If he got the chance, he would never let go of the chance to escape. Yu Jin wanted to use a remote-controlled car to distract Captain Seo's attention. The result was a murderous disaster. To save his granddaughter, Elder Kim stepped forward and blocked the bullet. But Seo shot at Min-young and took the truck and went straight to the dock. Was this the end for them? No. The sound of gunfire in the cabin answered. The Mafia did not intend to share the money. They were so evil. With one last breath, Captain Seo stepped on the accelerator. Shit! If you don't let me live, we will die together. The ship was destroyed, and the vitality was weak. Just when everyone was frustrated, there was a roar from above. It was the rescue plan of the United Nations. Elder Kim's distress signal worked. Min-young was injured and couldn't run far. She hid in the truck and honked the horn to attract monsters, so that Young-suk have time to escape. After everyone successfully arrived in the helicopter, Min-young, who didn't want to become a zombie, decided to suicide. But when she heard the cries of the children, she couldn't get off her hands. She couldn't wait to growl. Don't stand so stupidly, come and save me. But the rescue team who saw this scene was stunned by such a maternal scene. Young-sok became angry. The woman was always hypocritical. Can't you run a few steps on a 40-meter road? He burst Min-young's fighting spirit and protected the woman from the zombies. At the moment when the sun rose, Min-young stumbled towards her daughters. She finally ushered in the hope of life. Train to Busan 2, Peninsula, is a sequel, but its reputation is not as good as the previous one. The previous work has become popular around the world not only because the story took place in a confined train-like space, but also because the director has incorporated many human feelings in the film. The passionate action like politicians and Ma Dong-sok's fighting action skills, with Gong Yu's morning smile complete the sublimation of the whole film. However, in Travel to Busan 2, the investment is bigger and the scene is more magnificent. The story has fallen into the cliché and the end of the peninsula has lost its Korean characteristics. The scene of the hero saving the world is not new at all, let alone the basic logic for the purpose of sensationalism. Obviously, they can escape together, but Min-young insisted on suiciding to forcefully highlight the greatness of love. It's no wonder that countless viewers shouted disappointed. Okay, today's movie ends here. I am Jackie. The next video is even more exciting. See you later.